If you're a Sec 3 G3 AMath student, these are the topics that could potentially come up for your WA3. So not all 3 will come up for your WA3, but 2 out of 3 will come up, depending on how your school decides to structure your curriculum. And in this video, I want to give you an expectation as to what these topics are all about, so that you can be mentally prepared before term 3 starts. Now, I just want to preface that these 3 topics are significantly harder than the ones that you have covered up until this point. So in term 3, don't expect your AMath load to be easier. In fact, it's just going to be harder because these topics, the concepts are a lot harder, and at the same time, the type of questions that come up for these topics are usually the killer ones. Right? So you need a lot of practice for these topics, and that's why you need to double down on your topics in WA3. Now, what is these topics, as a high-level overview, right? What's the high-level understanding of these topics? Binomial theorem is just about expansion, right? It's about expansion. So for example, a plus b squared, you know that it's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. But what if I give you a scenario where it's a plus b to the power of 7, or power of 8, power of 9, right? How do we expand that? That is what the binomial theorem basically teaches you how to do, as well as some more other concepts, including generator, factorial, here and there, right? But this chapter, very long workings, but the understanding of the topic is pretty easy to grasp, right? Next, trigonometry is usually the killer. It's a very, very big chunk that usually is being split into 3 more further chapters. Now, trigonometry is one of the topics that is the least easiest to understand intuitively because it's very hard to visualize it. That's why it's crucially important, if you are not able to do so, to find help early. Seek for assistance early, be it from your teachers, your friends, or tutors like me, because if your foundation in this is weak, you're going to suffer a lot in Sec 4, right? Because this comes out again in Sec 4. Last but not least, you have exponential and logarithms. This is one of the easier topics compared to these two, where there's a lot of new laws that you need to learn, but the whole idea behind exponential and logarithm is all about powers, right? So in Sec 3 EMath, you learn indices. Now in exponential and logarithms, we teach you how to manipulate those powers even further, right? That's the whole nutshell behind these 3 topics and what to expect for WA3. Now, if you want to start getting yourself ahead, start to learn these chapters first before your June holidays end, and not waste your entire holiday just by not doing anything, then watch this video next to find out how you can start learning as quickly as today to get access to my full range of library of all of these chapters where I teach every single chapter from scratch, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you're struggling to understand basic AMath concepts like the one I went through in this video, and you don't understand whatever your teacher is saying in school, or you have been doing a lot of practice but nothing seems to work, I have the right solution that I've been creating for the past 3 years exactly for you. So this is the library of A1 Math Academy, and I've been working on this project ever since I started tutoring, which at the time of this filming has been about 3 years, right? And you can see that I literally filmed for every single chapter for the AMath syllabus as well as for the EMath syllabus as well. But we're just going to focus on AMath because this is an AMath video. Now, if let's say I just click on a random AMath chapter, for example, trigonometry, right? We know that trigonometry is one of those biggest chapters in the entirety of AMath. And just by clicking into trigonometry over here, you realize that, under syllabus, if you go to syllabus, I filmed a video lesson for every single fundamental concept. So you can scroll all the way down, you can see that every single concept I cover in exact detail, even very difficult concepts that are initially hard to understand like ASTC, I go into it in very in-depth detail over here. And not only that, but I also give you my PDF, my notes that I personally handwritten in this library, which you can download easily over here, right? And also, every single chapter comes with basic questions that you need to understand, exam style questions that you need to understand. I've broken out every single question type that usually comes out in the exam into modular chunks over here so that you can practice by yourself. So if you like access to every single thing that I've just shared with you over here, just WhatsApp the number on the screen over here and I'll send over more details over there for you to see whether this library is actually a good fit for you or not. And I look forward to seeing you on WhatsApp over here.